Oh, we got to win, and that's all that matters. So, any questions?
How would you evaluate your performance?
It was decent. I should have played a lot better. We left a lot of points out there, and the offense runs through the quarterback. So, I got to play better for this team, and especially in the weeks ahead.
What do you think happened in the second half?
We couldn't really find a rhythm. I don't know what it was. They were blitzing a lot. They were stopping our run game. They were blitzing in the boundary and taking away. We like to run to the open end. There's no tight end there. That's like one of our bread and butter plays. So they're taking that away, and I don't know. I mean, we had no rhythm to ourselves. We were in bad downs. We were 3rd and 8, 2nd and 10. So we got to get on better schedule. So that means getting like 4 yards of play.
How did the coaches react? How did they respond to your performance, the team's performance?
I mean, Coach Strong is happy. A win's a win, and I totally agree. It's good to be 1-0 and to feel that victory feeling. But, as a player, I always feel like I could have done something better. So, we got to look at the film and see what we need to fix, and we'll correct that for next week.
Be disappointed in the offense? I mean, you sound like you.
I'm not disappointed in anybody. I take really a lot of pride in my play. So if I feel like I'm down, I'm very happy we won. Very happy.
Yes,
I couldn't be more proud, but as a player, like I said, I take a lot of pride in it. I feel like I left a lot of plays out there for our team to score more points.
A lot of seniors on last year's offensive line. How did these guys execute tonight compared to that year?
Yeah, I mean, I think they did, pretty well. We threw for, I think, over 200-something yards and ran for over 100-something. So, as a whole, we did good. We just need to, as an offense, we need to be better. But a win's a win.
You have some new weapons out there in Devontae Parker, Michael Lee Harris. How does it feel to have? How do you feel the young guys played today?
I feel like they played really well. Devontae is, you all saw that one catch. Pretty much just throw it up to him and he can come down with it. And then Michael Lee is another great talent. Hit him deep on the sideline. So they're awesome talents, and we just we need to get them the ball more.
Where you got that catch? You were on the run, and he hit him, and he got ahead of just went over the defensive. Just kind of.
Yeah, it was a design rollout, and that kind of works to my strength, getting me out of the pocket. And they blitzed us to the field, and I just kind of got around them, and it was one-on-one with Devontae and that player. And I tried to throw it farther so he wouldn't have to jump over the guy, but he made a great play.
You got pretty demonstrative and pretty excited after your first touchdown.
Yeah. It was to Scott Radcliffe, too, my high school teammate. So that was pretty cool. And, just to get that first one out of the way always feels good.
You talked about the rhythm. Did the false start penalties, and a couple of times it seems like maybe the play flow, the calls weren't getting in as fast?
Yeah, getting penalties on first down always stinks because you get in 1st and 15, and it kind of throws the rhythm of the whole drive off. You saw what happened to Teddy. He was in, 1st and 30. That's pretty hard to come back from. But, the play calls were getting in fine. Just a couple times we had some confusion, and I guess that's first game jitters from, not only the players, but, other guys too. So, but all in all, I'm just really happy that we won.
How happy are you for Scott Radcliffe?
Really happy. That's his first touchdown and my first one of the year. And, it's really special to throw to a guy like that.
That touchdown was Trinity to Trinity to Trinity.
It was. I didn't think about that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's great playing with my old teammates, and, they're fantastic players. So, when we connect together, then it's a good feeling.
What needs to happen between week 1 and week 2?
Like I said, just finding more rhythm in the offense, and me personally, just getting more rhythm in my play, because as a quarterback, it's a rhythmic position, and some of those throws were off target, and that's on me. We had, like I said, we had some big plays out there that we missed, and if I would have made a better throw or played more in rhythm, then I think we would have completed those balls.
Hey, Will, it looked like you were injured there at one point. Did you have wheels in the second half?
Yeah, my left ankle is kind of sore. I got rolled up on it when I was scrambling to the right, and I cut inside the guy, and I don't know what happened, but my ankle turned in. It was kind of popping and it's kind of burning right now, but I think it's fine. I think it's just a little sprain.
Is there any problem cramping up and everything just with the heat from the game?
I mean, I didn't see any cramping. I think they thought Bellamy might have had some cramping, but I think everybody was pretty good.
And on the fumble, did you think your arm was going forward, or did you?
Yeah, it slipped out as I was going forward, so I guess they reviewed it and saw that it wasn't, but I thought it was an incomplete pass.
Anything else?
You said earlier this week that coach was saying not to be like Brett Favre with taking shots. He took a lot of shots downfield today. Was that in the card, or was that in the plan? Or?
Yeah, and a lot of those plays were open, and you saw us getting that the fast tempo offense, and they wouldn't line up, so we were calling shots, and it worked a couple times, but I overthrew Devontae in the first quarter, and I was taking what the defense gave me, and it was a deep ball, so I was just trying to play in rhythm.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah.
We're happy to get the win. We're 1-0, but you look at it, it's just a tell of two halves. The first half, you look at the offense that executed well, defense that played well, and then the second half, you get a half where there was no rhythm. And you have to have rhythm, you have to have execution, guys. We can't turn the football over. You look at a turnover by our running backs. Vic Anderson has a turnover, and then Jeremy Wright, and then the ball falls out of Stein's hand. But it's just a game that we can learn a lot from, because it's good that we get the victory, and now we have a lot of work to do. We're nowhere near where we should be. You look at the first game, I thought we would have executed better than what we did. I thought that we would have made more plays. But you look at our receivers, Devontae Parker is a very talented. One of these days we're going to look up and say, wow, what a great player he's going to be. He doesn't do nothing but work. And I told Stein, I said, well, if you just throw that ball up, he'll go up and get it for you. And he went up and get it. Michael Lee made some catches for us. So if you look at that position, we're pretty talented. I was pretty pleased at the way our corners held up. You're looking at an offense that had 10 starters back, quarterback that averaged throwing the ball over more than 300 yards, did not give up many big plays in the secondary, blitzed a lot, was not afraid to bring pressure. I think maybe we've gotten to him 2 sacks, maybe not for sure on that. But, just overall I was pleased with the way our defense played. And we can get better on defense, but we have to improve on offense in order for us to continue to make steps in this program.
Charlie, do you feel like this may be the kind of team this is this year in terms of the way the defense played and held, and maybe you get what you can out of the offense, but it's going to be a team that relies on its defense?
Well, if you look at our offense and you look at it, we started 5 new guys on the offensive line. Mario didn't play tonight. So you look at Cup at center, Miller, who's a true freshman. You look at Jake Smith, who's a redshirt freshman. Then you look at Hernandez, who's a tackle, who's a senior in the program, hasn't played much. And then Kesslin, who hasn't played much. So you look at an offensive line that do it. It's just, actually, you're just trying to develop and gel together that offensive line. Then a quarterback, you lose your 2 quarterbacks, now Stein comes in as your quarterback. But, it's fortunate tonight we were able to play all 3 of them. Teddy comes in with a series, end up throwing the ball down the middle. If he, ends up throwing the pick, but he's going to play more. And then Dominique. You look at Dominique, he's our wild card guy, but he's a guy who can get behind the pass. He can do a lot for us, whether it be quarterback, and you see him running the football, but Dominique can do a lot. And then the wide receivers, but it may be one of those but we just have to play better. We know that we're better than that on offense. And defensively, it is. Our defense, even without Scruggs that playing the limited number of snaps that he played tonight, B.J. Butler not playing at all, Brandon Dunn not playing at all, Roy Fowler not playing at all. There's 4 guys right there on defense that did not play tonight, but B.J. DeBose played very well. It was the guy that hit the quarterback and ball fluttered out. That's the one that Dexter intercepted. And then if you look, he made some really long runs where he ran the guy down from behind. So it was very pleasing to see him play. Very pleasing to see Marcus Smith and Malcolm Mitchell, Randy Salmon. We had some guys that play a lot tonight on defense, but I was just very pleased with the way our corners played.
How would you assess the offensive line? You had 5 new guys.
Well, it's 5 new guys, so it's going to take them a while to gel and come together. Because you're looking at guys that, like I said, the 2 guards have never even played college ball before, but there's no excuse. It's still about putting hats on people and just doing your assignments, and it's all about execution in the assignment football. But it's gonna take a while for them to gel and really come together. We still have some work to do there.
What was the difference for Will between his playing the first half and the second half?
Well, it's all about rhythm and just making the throws. If you watch, he had a Chichester down the middle a couple of times wide open, and one time he just tried to just throw it, just strike it instead of just put some air on it, letting him run underneath it. Then one time we had him on a crossing route. But they're not so much a will also. It's just the whole offense. It's not on the quarterback. It's on them all. You know, offensive line had to go block people. Running backs had to make some runs. We didn't see just really a big-time breakaway run, which I thought we were seeing tonight, which that didn't happen. But Will is the quarterback, and you look for him to make those plays and look for him to manage that offense. But it was just the whole group, just the whole second half. You said, like, oh, man, come on, guys, let's get this thing going.
Was Teddy only playing one series a product of the interception or a product of the game still kind of being within reach?
The game being within reach. You know, you played him in the first half. It was 21. Well, we maybe been 21-0 at that time when he went in the game, and then the second half it was we just didn't get anything going, so we just left Stein in the game.
How do you assess the running backs?
When you look at the running backs, I wanted us to have us a couple of 100-yard rushers tonight, which we didn't get, but. Vic played without the fumble. He ran hard. He was actually breaking out of a run there when the ball was stripped out of his hand, and then Jeremy Wright. But those guys can play much better than what they played. We can just play better. We can play better as a whole football team.
On the fake punts, did you come into it thinking you're going to try that tonight, or was it something you saw early in the game?
No, with the fake punts, we know that it's just the way they line up. We knew that we could get that. So the first time it actually worked. Then the second time they had a floater. And anytime the floater should have called it off and we tried to run it again, that's when the guy made the play on Philpott. But the first one, it's good that we were able to fake that punt and give somebody something to work on.
Philpott that fast in practice?
He should have scored a touchdown if he just cut that ball back. He would have scored. He ran out of bounds, but everything was. I said, he saw it. I should have cut it back. I said, yes, you would have scored.
All the points were scored by kids from the city of Louisville. Is that special at all, or did you notice that? Or?
No, it's some really good players. I mean, you look at our football team, and I was just telling Brandon Dunn, because we was joking one day, look at on defense, Brandon Dunn's the starter. Jamon Brown comes in, plays a lot. Stephon Robertson played a lot. Then Devontae Parker's probably one of our better football players on the team. Vic Anderson's a really good football player. Radcliffe, Stein. We have some players from this city, so it's some really good players on our football team from this city.
Coach, who are the leaders that are going to have to step up here for this next game?
Oh, we're going to have to, if you look at us on offense, we're just going to have to manage that offense. But it's got to be Chad Chester. It's got to be Vic. Those guys are the seniors. Those guys who played a lot for us. And then defense, Dexter did a good job tonight or this evening of playing very well. So you still look for Dexter Heyman to still come and be that guy for us.
Charlie, were you pretty pleased with, you used a lot of freshmen and redshirt freshmen tonight. Were you pretty pleased overall just with what you got out of those first-year guys?
Well, that's the way it's going to be. And I tell our guys all the time, you're not freshmen anymore. You're not redshirt freshmen. You've been practicing with us. Some of you guys have been here since a year. Some of you have been here since January. So it's time to grow up, and you're going to have to play. And what you try for them to understand is, if you're a skill guy, it's really skill is match up skill on skill. So a guy can be older than you, but if you're fast, like look at Devontae Parker. It's a skill guy. So it doesn't matter if you can match up with a guy, if you can run as well as a guy, and that just comes down to athletic ability. Where the true test is up front, because usually if a guy has been in your program 4 or 5 years, and then you take a guy like John Miller who's just coming into your program, that guy's been in the program 4 or 5 years, should be a better player, should be bigger, stronger than them. But the skill matchups is what we see, which we should, if a guy's good enough, then he should take advantage of his ability.
How big is the step up in competition between this week and next week?
Oh, it's going to be a big step. That team's similar to us last season, but get to a bowl game, and they won their bowl game. And this, they have speed like we have, and it'll be a good matchup for us next week.
You use 3 down linemen on defense the whole game. Is that because you're playing Murray, or are you going to do that a lot?
No, just because we played Murray. But because Murray they threw the ball a lot. But if you look at us, we played a lot of 3 down, but we was always bringing a 4th rusher from somewhere, sometimes 5. But they threw the ball a lot, and that's why you want to play the 3 down, so that you got enough guys out there, and you get your athletes in space, and guys can match up with guys.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
All right.
Any other players?